My name is Matt McDougall, and I have a duck addiction. I just like ducks. I had chickens once, and they were not entertaining. I got no excitement, no passion from them. I'm not a farmer.
I raise animals for food, but it doesn't mean that they have to live a miserable life, you know, living in their own feces. So I clean this up every day. It's a lot of work, you know, but I always like to, I look at it as this. Would you like to sleep in your own feces?
My friends, my family, and my relatives think I'm crazy. Well, people look at me and they think, you know, they sort of roll their eyes because they can't get their head around why it's so interesting.
Hello, ducks. The reason I talk to the ducks all the time, if I say hello enough to them when they're young like this, they associate me with food and water. And what happens is it gets to the point when these ducks become about 120 days old, I've actually had them where I will start talking to them and say hello, just a simple word hello, and I've had the whole flock come over to check me out to see what I'm up to. Hello, my little babies. They go absolutely crazy when the ducklings or the ducks come in and it's fresh straw. It puts a big smile on my face because you can tell that I've just made them like epically happy. And these animals, they're like a ray of sunshine actually because they're just so cute.
I'd like to introduce you to my dog, Doug the Duck Protector. Doug is my partner here on this adventure. He's a Mastiff cross. He's 135 pounds of love. It's unbelievable what he represents to me and what he does here. He takes so much stress off, making sure the ducks are safe. Actually, it would be impossible for one man to do what I'm doing here, taking care of this many animals, without a dog like him by your side. He's one hell of a good dog. And he's got some kind of attachment to the ducklings. I don't know, I'm starting to think it's because of the squeak sound when they're first born. It's like a dog toy sound. He'll lick them and give them like little nudges, and he never tries to paw them. Everything he does is love and affection towards them. And if they panic, he knows the sound, and he gets quite agitated when the ducks panic. Oh, a little duckling hatch. Oh, 2 ducklings hatched. Hatching ducks is probably the biggest roller coaster of ride of emotions there is. They're so dependent on you.
Oh my God, look at that. Is that cute?
This year, I have about 330 ducklings right now that I just hatched.
Okay, I'm gonna take this out because we got one I gotta rescue.
I have I think it's about 79 breeders, and my goal is to raise about 700 to 1,000 ducks this year.
Oh, this little guy, he's stuck. The ducklings right now, these ducklings are developed backwards. Here's the end they should be at, and they can't flip their heads out. Come on, little ducky, I'm coming. We're gonna get you out of here.
They absolutely need you. You are now a foster dad to a whole bunch of little ducks.
My typical day starts at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll wake up, and a lot of the times it's the ducks waking me up, and the ducks don't want to go back into the pen until usually it's about 9:45, 10 o'clock at night. It's a brutal, grueling schedule, and I ask myself a lot of times, why am I doing it? But I love them.
You know, a lot of people think, you know, you live on the side of a lake, Matt, you're really lucky. Well, first, my ducks are domestic ducks. They're not wild ducks. So they have next to no instincts other than eat and drink. But almost everything else you have to introduce to them.
This is the 3rd year that these ducks have gone to the lake. But believe it or not, every year you've got to show the ducks where the water is. It's quite crazy. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, ducks, they don't automatically go to water.
I had one flock of ducks that it took me 3 weeks to get them to stay at the lake. And every time I'd come back from the lake, they would follow me back.
And then we've got some sneaky, look at this prison break. They're trying to get back. They're deking it out. They're gonna go back to the yard. They're like little kids.
I've actually put a canoe sideways in the creek so they couldn't swim back. It's crazy what you gotta do to get a duck to stay in the water.
But once they get into the groove of going to the water every day, they will stay at the lake from dawn till dusk. Doug likes swimming with ducks, as you can tell. He really likes swimming with ducks. If I didn't stop him, he would swim with ducks all day. Oh, you're doing a good job, Doug. If it wasn't for you, I'd have to get a canoe right now and stay out there with them. What a dog. He cracks me up. He really does. Come on, Doug, let's go. The ducks will be following us soon.
Security on the property, you know, Doug takes care of basically almost everything until the situation calls for shotgun backup. So when it's time for me to get involved to take care of a predator that, you know, that has eluded Doug, it's time for me to step in, and it's time for me to have the shotgun.
Okay, we've just spotted a coyote. I just saw them, a bunch of ducks panicked. They seem to hunt them at the creek. Gotta be quiet. There's the trail. There's the coyotes been coming in. I think the coyote, I thought I just got a glimpse of him.
I never in my life would have thought that I'd be doing this at this point in my life. So when I talk about the ducks, what I'm choking up right now is I'm having so much fun here.
And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and enjoy the show.